For 50 million, I go to hell. For 50 million, I go to hell. For 50 million, I go to hell.
Whenever somebody says something like this, please take them seriously. Please listen to this.
My fault is everything has a price. There is not a number that can get you back in that ring. 80 million, 100 million.
Nah, because now you selling your soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
So Shannon Crowder,
That's you.
what else would you do for money? What else would you do for $100 million? Would you do the unthinkable? So he's on the Pivot podcast, and I love their platform. They make athletes come on there and talk about things around sports that make us feel vulnerable to their situation, and it makes us look at them differently. But for him to ask Terrence Crawford, would he get back in the ring for a certain amount of money? Terrence Crawford said no, because then you selling your soul. But then he said for $100 million, they can have my soul. I think that's something that we have to take seriously, definitely coming from a grown man. This is something that we used to say at the lunch table in middle school or high school. Talk about the things that we would do and would not do for money. So Shannon Crowder, for $100 million, what else would you do? I'm pretty sure you'll stoop to any level if they can have your soul. And I think he was serious, because any man who says this as a grown man, I take them seriously. And Terrence Crawford had the perfect response. He said that tells us a lot about your character. Now, obviously, Shannon Crowder on the Pivot, he brings that funniness. He brings moments that are serious down a little bit by his humor. But this right here wasn't funny to me, and it wasn't funny to Terrence Crawford. That's why he had a serious face, because we know it's people out here who are selling their soul for money and will do anything for money. So Shannon Crowder, what would you do for $100 million? I need you to be specific.
Nothing in this world should make you compromise your walk, your faith, your integrity for money. Ask Terrence Crawford, there's no amount of money for you to get back into the ring, and he said no, because then it'll be selling my soul. He say, man, you gotta have a price. He said no. He say that'll be selling my soul. This man say, for $100 million, you can have my soul.
$100 million, you can have my soul.
That's you. Now we know your character.
Father, forgive them for they not.
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. It's your brother Shamarnia here again. I'll just go into a little bit of lesson. I think I'm going to title this lesson, The Love of Money is going to lead to the MOTB. Because one of the reasons why 2/3 of our people cannot receive this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is because they love this world and the things of it. And, you know, money being the main goal for most Jake right now. Now, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to have money, but we as Israelites are not supposed to be in that chase the bag spirit, you know, here in our captivity. And, you know, as the scripture says, you know, the love of money is the root of all evil. And you can see that the light-skinned guy in the clip, he was quick to choose that 100 million for his soul. And the boxer Terrence said, you know, well, now we know your character. And bro ain't find that funny because he looked fucking stupid. And he was made a fool of when like, nigga, yeah, we know what type of person you are. To sell out, you know. And you know, those would be the type of people that, you know, do anything for money. So the first precept I'm going to bring out is 1 Timothy 6. This is 1 Timothy 6:6, and it reads, "But godliness with contentment is great gain." And meaning that whatever Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai gives you, you know, you're supposed to be glad and be content with it. Let's just look up this word, contempt, real quick.
Strong's G 841. Austarkaya.
And the definitions of the outline biblical usage. The first one is a perfect condition of life in which no aid or support is needed. Sufficiency of the necessities of life a mind content with its lot, contentment. And that's what we're supposed to do. Because if you read it, next precept I'm bringing out in Philippians, Paul had this type of he was living like this, you know. Philippians chapter 4, I'm going to start at verse 7. And it reads, "And the peace of the Most High, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Hamashiach Yahushai. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. Those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, and the Most High of peace shall be with you. But I rejoice in the Lord greatly, that now at the last your care of me have flourished again, wherein ye were also careful, but ye lacked opportunity. Not that I speak in respect or of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am in, wherewith to be content." Verse 12, I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to be abound and to suffer for need. And then, you know, this is how we are to be, you know, like the Apostle Paul. So, you know, not too much and not too little, you see. We're supposed to be content with, again, what Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has blessed us with. So, going back to 1 Timothy, continuing on reading, verse 7. "For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out." Meaning, you know, everything that we gain in this world right now, when you die, it's going to be for naught. You can't take money, you know, to the spirit realm. That shit is useless. It's meaningless. Continuing on, "And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. But they that which be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some converted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." And again, this is going into how there's, you know, saying you know, more money, more problems. You know, that we're not supposed to have that again. That chase the bag spirit here in our captivity. You know. Another precept I can bring out is Matthew, actually. Matthew 16, verse 25. And it reads, because, you know, when you have that love of money, it's going to lead you down into destruction. And us being in this truth, as Yahweh Shah said, we're supposed to, you know, put everything behind us, you know, and follow him. We'll just get there. I'm started 24th, and it reads, "Then Yahweh Shai unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it." And again, so it's telling you, so whosoever to save his life will end up losing it. But those that follow Yahweh Shai, you know, we're going to gain life. You see? Verse 26. "For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? And this is going into so you see you have people putting money over everything, and ultimately it is going to be it's going to backfire, because with the times that we're approaching, you see that people people they're going to take part of that MOTB, that CHIP, to be able to have access to the money. They don't want to endure the hardship and be outcast from society. They want to hold on to, again, that their monetary gain. And let's get that real quick in Revelation 13. Revelation 13 and 16, Slakia. And it reads, "And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and his number is 603 So basically, I brought this precept out is because, like I said before, Jake that had that chase the bag spirit, or that had that love of money, they're not gonna forsaken money and be outcast to society. They're gonna try to hang on to their money, and ultimately when the digital currency rolls out, they're gonna fall right into that trap and take that MOTB, because again, that love of money. And this is what's coming, because again, Esau wants total control of everything. You see? So like you. And then also, to add to the point of the lesson, this is not the time to be in that chase the bags spirit, because as the scripture says, this is not our rest here in America. And let's get that precept. Micah 2:10. And it reads, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." And again, we shouldn't be focusing on trips, expanding our businesses, or how some Jakes say, breaking generational curse, as Israelites. Because you can't live here. It's too much wickedness in Babylon the Great. And then on top of that, you'll never fully strive to the way you want, because again, how Esau Edom's system is set up. And then also, with that being said, we know that we're not supposed to place treasures here on earth, but in heaven. Let's bring that precept out. Matthew 6. And it reads, "Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal." And this is telling you again that we're not supposed to, again, have that chase the bag spirit here, because the kingdom, it's going to be so much more better than some paper with some dead Edomites on it. Again, we're not supposed to thrive here. We were placed here in captivity for our punishment for disobeying Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. But 2/3 of Jake isn't going to take heed to the words of this book, and this is why they're going to be destroyed with Hosea 4:1, the lack of knowledge. So with that, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. I hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom.